Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, a channel where I try and showcase the fun that could be had in the world of variant Sudoku. And today I'm doing that with a setter that is new to the channel. This is a puzzle called 7 Greens, 7 Cages by PuzzleTank. I don't think that's a reference to 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. And while I'm a musicals fan, I'm not a fan of 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. But yeah, 7 Greens, 7 Cages. It looks like the puzzle has 7 German whisper lines and 7 cages in it, so that kind of makes sense. I've not solved a puzzle by PuzzleTank at all before, but this one came through as a recommendation. The person who got the made the recommendation actually found this puzzle on Logic Masters Germany, left a hidden comment asking for permission, and then sent a screenshot of that through. So I know I've got permission to do the puzzle, which is great because consent matters in the world. It really does. Is there anything I want to call out? No, not really. I hope you're enjoying all of the content that's coming out to the channel. I think when this comes out, have just started a new set of Sudoku Tudes, which I think will be Sudoku Tude set 4, but I'm currently recording Sudoku Tude set 6. When I've got puzzles, I record them in advance. It's the features that I have trouble with, but we'll see how we go. So let's have a look at the puzzle. What do we have? We've got normal Sudoku rules. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have German whisper, which is adjacent digits on a green line must differ by at least 5. So those digits will have a difference of at least 5. Those digits will have a difference of at least 5. Those digits will have a difference of at least 5. And then killer, which more and more I'm seeing just called cages because digits in a cage cannot repeat and must sum to the number in the top left corner if given. So these 3 digits will sum to 18. These, is it 5? 6 will sum to 22. So those 6 digits will sum to 22, and you cannot repeat digits. So, for example, we couldn't make both of those digits a 2 to make the sum work because you cannot repeat digits within a cage. Those 2s aren't repeating in row, column, or box, but they are repeating in cage, and that's not allowed. They're the rules of the puzzle. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Let's start with this 22 cage, because the minimum I can put into a 6-cell cage is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you were to add those cells together, you would hit 21. So I need to increase one of those digits by 1 in order to get from 21 to 22. Now, I cannot increase any of the 1 through 5 by 1 because I'd end up with a duplicate digit in the cage. If I increase the 1, I'd have 2 2s. The 2, I'd have 2 3s. The 3, I'd have 2 4s. The 4, I'd have 2 5s. The 5, I'd have 2 6s. So I must increase the 6 to a 7. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. But I may be able... Well, I know... Okay, so let's talk about German whispers because I know neither of those can be a 5. So, why do I know that? Let's talk about German whisper lines. You can never put a 5 on a German whisper line because of the 5 difference, you'd have to add or subtract 5 or more. And if I add or subtract 5 or more from 5, I'm at 10 or higher or 0 or lower, and those are not valid Sudoku digits. So no 5 on lines, on German whisper lines. You cannot put 2, so every digit will either be below 5 or above 5. You can't put 2 digits that are below 5 next to each other. The maximum difference is 3. The same with 2 digits that are above 5. The maximum difference is 3. So anytime you have a digit that is below 5, the digit next to it must be above 5 and vice versa, which means as you go along the line, you are always going to alternate from below 5, above 5, below 5, above 5, which means we call this alternating polarity, but it does mean that every second cell along the line is going to be of the same type. And I'm immediately coloring them blue because I can see that because this must alternate and then come back and then alternate and then come back and alternate and then come back, those 2 digits there are from the same high-low. And I can't put 2 7s in there. The only high digit I've got available is 7. And I can't put 2 7s in there because I'd be repeating 7 in the cage. So those are from 1, 2, 3, 4. These are from 1, 2, 3, 4, which means these, because I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 in those cells. So these are from 6, 8, and 9. Okay. Now, can I do more than that? I think I can. This one can't be a 4 And this one can't be a 4, because if this was a 4, the only digit 5 away from 4 is 9, and both of those would have to be 9. This one can't be a 4 because both of those would need to be 9. So we know 4 is in here, 5 is in here, and 7 is in here. But if 4 is in here for the box, there's no 4 here. Now this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. Okay. That digit is one of those. I think I could take this further, but I'm trying to see how. If this was a 6, both of those would be 1. That can't be a 6. This has to be an 8 or a 9. If that's a 6, both of those would be a 1. And that doesn't work. Oh, no, it does. That does work. That could be a 6, but I do know 6 is in one of those too. I'm not sure I could take this further yet. I feel I should be able to. Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's look somewhere else. But these are all high digits. Let's mark that. Those are all high digits. Can I get more out of this? I really don't know. So let's look at this line. If we color the alternation along the line, then we end up with this pattern. These are all from the same type, and these are all from the same type. And I now know for certain that purple is low. Because if purple was high, the minimum they could be would be 6, 7, and 8, which is 21. And then those digits would have to sum to 3, which doesn't work. So purple must be low, otherwise I blow the total too much. So orange is high. Now, so these are from 1, 2, 3, 4. These are from 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this can't be, this can't be a 6, because if this was a 6, I'd need the ones next to it to be 1, and I can't repeat in the cage. This can't be a 7 either, because the only digit that can go next to 7 is 1 and 2. If I subtract 5 from 7, I'm at 2. So only 2 and 1 can go next to it. And while I could, by Sudoku, I could put 1 and 2 in those cells, I'd be repeating in the cage because all of those would have to be only from 1, 2. So this can't be from a 7. This is from an 8 or a 9. Now, I don't think I can make this an 8 or a 9 then, because the minimum those 4 digits can sum to is 10 with 1, 2, 3, 4. So the minimum those are is 1, 2, 3, 4 summing to 10. But the minimum these are is 8, 6, which is 14. And that's 24. So this has to be 8 and 6. And these have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. The absolute minimum they could be. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, the minimum they can be, and these are 8, 6, the minimum they can be. Now there's no 4 on those. That's the 4. Taking 4 out of those, 4 is down here. That's a 1, 2, 3 triple. So there's no 1, 2, 3 in those. This is actually a 5, 7 pair. There's no 5 or 7 in here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, which means these are all the low digits and must contain a 4. So these are the low digits in the box. Okay, this is cool. I like how this cage interacts with this one and this line. But this being so forced, I was not quite crediting. This isn't a 6 anymore. Or an 8. It's 7 or 9. I feel I should be able to take that further. These are 6, 8, and 9, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 are already taken. These are 6, 8, or 9. I might be able to do the same up here, you know, although this is a much larger cage. Either way, interesting. 4 must be in this cage, because 4 and 4, can I do more with Sudoku? Now this cage has no total, but I know that those 2 digits must be different, which is all I know about that cage. It's preventing those 2 digits being the same. Maybe I do need to investigate up here, although those all being, well, hang on. If these were all low, because you'll notice that these alternate. This connects to that, which then alternates back and alternates back. If these were low, this could be a 9. So the maximum these could be would be 2, 3, 4, which is 9. And the maximum this could be would be 9. So these would have a maximum sum of 18, which means those two cells there, 35 minus 18 is 17. And I can't do that with that being a 9. So 18, I need those to sum to 17. But the maximum I've got is 8 and 7, which is only 15. Those are 24. Those are 9. 24 plus 9 is 33, not 35. It doesn't get me there. So these can't be low. So what I end up with is these digits at the top must be high, and this must be low. And the 6, 7, 8, 9. So this can only be 1 or 2 because one of these digits must be from 7, 8, or 9. Now, this can't be a 6. This can't be an 8. But there must be at least a 7 in here. Now, if there's a 6 in here, even if I go 6, 1, 8, 9, I'm not sure, actually. It's possible that's forced. If this is 6, 1, 8, 9, that's 24 in those. And those would need to sum. No, that could work. Oh, but 3 is now in one of those two in this 1, 2, 3 triple. That's not a 3. If that's a 2, this is 7, 8, 9. If that's a 2, well, that digit and that digit are the same. There's a lot of low happening down here, but I don't know. Exactly how to force it. These being high gives me so much freedom on this cage. Like this is at least 5 because it sees 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's 5, 7, 8, 9, but is it this 12 cage? I don't see how, because these lines aren't connected. So I'm missing something incredibly obvious, I think. I got this, assuming I got it correctly. It must be that digit. Where is this digit in this box? That digit there has to go in this box somewhere. It can't repeat in its cage or column. So those are the same digit. So this digit can't be purple because purple is there. So that digit, which can't repeat in its cage, is that digit. So those are the same digit. So this is orange because this and this digit has to go up here by Sudoku, and it's not 6, 8, or 9. And now purple is up here somewhere. I know 4 is one of those, and this digit isn't orange or purple, so it's one of those. This digit is one of those two, and 4 is one of those two, so there's no 3 in there. Because 3 is either purple or orange. So one of those two is a 3, and there's no 3 in there. One of those two is a 3. It's cool. But if this now must be purple, mustn't it? Because those are 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4 in the box. Whereas purple in this cage, it's there. And can I tell what that is now? I think those are the same digit. Because this is a 1, 2, 3, this is a 1, 2, 3. Those are the same digit. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, 6 is next to 1, which makes that the 2 and that the 3. So orange is 1. Red is 2, which means neither of those are 6. And purple is 3. That would have been a much faster way of seeing that, wouldn't it? So I can take the purple away, I can take the orange away, and I can take the red away. Bam. Okay, that was a lot faster way of seeing that and a lot more effective. These are 7, 8, 9. So in here, I've got 26, because 7, 8, 9 is 24, 26. These need to sum to 9. Well, I can't use 1, 8. I can't use 2, 7. I could use 3, 6, or 4, 5. This can't be the 3, so this can't be the 6. This can't be the 6, so this can't be the 3. This is a 4, 5 pair, so there's no 4 there. That's very cool. That's really neat. Okay, 3 can't go next to 7. They're only 4 apart, so that's the 9, taking 9 out of those. So that becomes the 8, that becomes the 6. Let's try that again. That becomes the 8, that becomes the 6. This becomes the 9. The 8 looks across saying that there's no 8 there. Okay. So, new 5 isn't down here. 5 is in one of those. There's no 2 in this 12 cage. But I've still got a lot of freedom as to what can go in it. If I make one of these a high digit though, the lowest it could be would be a 6. And to do a 6 on the other one, I'd need 1, 5. But I could do 1 and 5 because I can put a 5 here. So I'm not sure that's it. 9, 9 puts 9 in one of those. 3, 3 puts 3 in one of those. There's no 1 in either of those. That's a 2, 4. 2, 4 and 2, 4 puts 2 down here with 4. And the 2 isn't there. So 2 is in one of those two. So I've got 2 digits summing to 6 already. Could that be a high digit? It'd have to be 7 or 8. Can't be a 7. If this was a high digit, it'd have to be 7 or 8 by Sudoku, but it couldn't be a 7, because if this is a 7, this would have to be a 1 or a 2, but it can't be a 1 or a 2 because of that. So this can't be a 7. If it's an 8, that's a 3. I think I need to do what is the sum of these. Because an entire box of a Sudoku contains all of the digits from 1 to 9. And if you add all of the digits 1 to 9, you get 45. But these digits sum to 20, so I know those digits sum to 25. So that's forced. Forget this. This is forced. Those digits sum to 25 in order to make the 45 sum work. But I've got a 1 in there, so those digits need to sum to 24, which means they're 7, 8, 9. They have to be. 7, 8, 9, 1 is the only way to get to 25 in 4 digits where one of them is a 1. So this is from 7, 8, 9. This is from 7, 8, 9. This is from 7, 8, 9. It's not the 8 because of the 8 looking across. That's the 8. This is the 6 because of the 7, 8, 9, which means this is the 9 because of the 6, 8 looking across. And these are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I could have probably done that by thinking, right, there was another way of seeing that, which would have been cleaner, which is 6 digits that sum to 21 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exactly what I did over here, but I don't have the 1 available. So I have to, without the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 21 minus 1, which is 20, and I could have got it that way. This isn't 2 or 4, this is the 3 or the 5. And 7 or 9, well, I can't put a 5 there because 5 can't go on a German whisper line. And it can't be 4 either because of the 4 looking down. This is only 2 or 3. These digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 3, 5, and 6. 7 is down here with that digit, I think. Yeah, and something else. And one, whatever's not used there. 6 must be in here. That was really neat, and I found it the slow way, but I found it. The 8 is looking up saying that's not an 8, so that is a 7-9 pair. The 2 and the 3 are coming out of there. This is a 4 or a 5. Not sure what to do with that yet. Six in this column. It can't be in those and it can't be in those because of those 6s. It must be up here, but I can't put it in those 2 because of reasons I've already explained. That's a 6, which puts 6 in one of those. 9 in... I'm wondering if this is getting up to forcing 9 in the 12 cage, but it hasn't done it. 9 is just in here somewhere. Nine is in here. Eight is definitely down here, but not here. 8 is in one of those 2. This can't be high. It sees 6, 7, 8, and 9. That is a low digit, so I can color it low. So this is low, and this is high. So this is 7, 8, or 9 because, right, because it can't be 6 because both of those would need to be 1, or I could just use Sudoku, but that digit is one of those 3. So it has to be that one. Those have to be the same digit because I can't use one of those 2 because it's in the same thing. So this can't be an 8. This is a 7 or a 9, and that's a 7-9 pair, and that's the 8. Oh, I possibly could have got that 8 a different way, but it's fine. Everything's fine here now. So these are, if this is a 7, this is, oh, these are from 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 2 here. There's no 3 here. There's no 9 here. It's probably this 18. If that's a 6, I think this has to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that's a 6, how would I make those sum to 6? I couldn't use 2, 4. I'd have to use 1, 5, and we'd be broken. So this is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's not 2. So the 6 in this row, I don't know. So 2 isn't in any of those. Need something more, like that being an 8 by Sudoku. 8, 8, 8. And this is where my coloring, let's get rid of the coloring I've used, because if you get rid of coloring that you've used, then it's no longer distracting you. I'm going to get rid of the yellow and the blue. I'm going to keep those as the same. Actually, no, I don't need to now because they're just 7-9 pairs and that's all fine. I don't need that as a resolution, I don't think. So These are 1, 2, 3, because I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 1, 2, looking down, making that the 3, because I can't put the 3 in there, which means this has to be the 9, because 7 is too close. That's the 7, meaning that's not the 7 by the cage, and this is a 7, 8 pair. As I said, you can't make these digits repeat. That's 7, 8 pair. Don't know, but this is from 3, 5, or 6, and it can't be 6. So this is 3, 5. There's no, and the 3 makes that the 5, taking 5 out of those. This is 3, 6, making that the 5, which makes that the 4, and that the 2. Looking up, taking 2 out of that, but it means there's no 2 on here. So if this was 7, this would be broken because it would need to be 1, 2. So this is 9, which makes that 7 and that 9. 9, however, can go next to any of those. I do need to put a 7 in this column, and 7, 7, and those can't be 7. So that's the 7. This is really neat. The 1, 2 makes that the 4, which makes that the 5, which makes that the 4. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9. This column is missing, it's 5. That's the 5. There's no 4 there. This is a 1, 3 pair for the column or the box, your preference. This is good fun. Is it clean fun? Not the way I do it. Okay. 9 now says that's not the 9, so that is a 9. So now we've got 18 in here with no 9s. Maximum that these can sum to is 11. Right, the maximum these can sum to is 11, because 5, 6 is the maximum they could be. So this has to be at least a 7. So this is 7 or 8, because it has to get up there. And if I don't put a 6 in here, if I don't put a 6 in those two cells, the maximum they could sum to would be 9, and that would have to be a 9, and it can't be. There must be a 6 in here. And so I can't do 3, because 3, 6 would mean that these are 9 plus 8, which is a maximum of 17. There's no 3 in there. That's the 3. And now on this line, there's a 1, because I must put a low digit in every pair of connected green German Whisper pairs, but 2, 3, and 4 are gone. So there is a 1 in one of those two cells. So that's not the 1. Okay, so if this is 6, 7, it's with 5, and if it's 6, 8, it's with 4. So these are only from 4, 5, 6. Okay. The 1 must go next to a high digit. I'm not seeing the restriction there. I think I need to do more Sudoku. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are 1, 2, 4, and 5. There's no 1 there. There's no 2 there. Okay, no, I'm not seeing something. One is not in any of those, because of the 1 that must be on the line. So 1 is pointing down here. So 1's not in any of those or those. So 1 is in one of those 3. I could have got that by looking at the column. That's a 1. That's a low digit. And the maximum those could be would be 9. But if this is a low digit, I can push that up. Something in here. There must be a 6 in one of these cells. There must be a 6 in one of these, because 6 is here and 6 is here. So there must be a 6 in one of these cells. I can't put a 6 here, because a 6 here would put a 1 here, and I can't have it. Now, if this is 6, 1, these would need to sum to 11. But 3, 8, 4, 7, 5, 6, I couldn't do 5, 6. But if I put a 6 here, I think I'm okay, because 1 could go next to 7 or 8. Is it something with 5s? Because 5 is in here somewhere, but not there. 5 is in one of those 3. Eight is in one of those 2. Because 8 can't be in those or those. These are the same high-low. I don't know which one they are, but they're the same high-low. If they're high, they must be 7, 8. And that would have to be a 3. And they can't be. Because if they were high, they'd be from 6, 7, 8. Now, I can't include a 6 in either of them. No, I was wrong. I couldn't include a 6. So if these are high, they're 7, 8. And this would have to, because these are from 7, 8, this would have to be a 1 or a 2, and it can't be a 1. So this would be a 2. So if they're high, it's 7, 8, 2. If they're low, then this is from 1, 2, and this is from 1, 2, 3. So these would be from 1, 2, 3, because I can't use 4. Now with 1, 2, 3, I don't like this. I've missed something. If these are from 1, 2, 3, this could be any high digit, 6, 7, or 8. It can't be 6 because then these would both need to be 1. But can that be low? Because the maximum there would be 8, and then that could be, but it could be lower. I could do 3, 4, and then that could be, oh, maybe not. There is a pressure here. This can't be a 2. If that's a 1, that's a 1, and that's a high digit, but it could be any high digit. Well, it could be 7. But if that's a 7, if this is a high digit, do we have a problem? Because if this is a 7, those have to sum to 5, which I could do with 4, 1. But if that's a 7, I could make, this would be 1, and I could make that 2. I think it's all okay. I think I need to find something else where I'm broken. Is it just Sudoku I've missed? Please. But 2 is not in any of those. I know there's a 1 on here with a high digit. So they're from 1, 6, 7, 8. There's no 8 there. If this is 8, those would have to sum to 4. But I could go 1, 3. 7. This can't be a 6. So this is only 1, 7, or 8. 7 would need these to be a 2 and that to be a 1. Is that a problem? I don't follow. Like 6 in this column is a bit restricted. It's in one of those 2 cells. But it doesn't feel like enough. What? Sorry, I'm really lost here. Eight is not in any of those. 8 is up here in one of those 2. So that's not an 8. So if this is a high digit, it's a 7. Seven, 2, 8. If that's a 7, those need to sum to 5. And the only way I could do that is 1, 4. 7, 1, 4. 2. 5, 4 would make that 2. What's wrong with 7, 1, 4? That would be 8, 7. So 7. What's wrong? 7, 1, 4, 2, 8. I don't see why this breaks. It's got to be this 12 sum, doesn't it? I'm sorry, I'm lost. There'll be one deduction that everyone is laughing at me for. 3 is in one of these. That can't be a 3. No, what? Yeah, no, this can't be a 3 because of that 3. What? And it can't be an 8. This is only 2 or 7. Yeah, this can't be a 3 or an 8. 2 or 7. 7 makes these 1, 2. 2 makes these 7, 8. That can't be a 7. That would have no fill. There's no 7 there. Have I made a mistake in one of these cages? I don't know how to make that sum to 12. I've got this restricted. 39381. These lines, 1 and 3 can go next to 9, and these lines seem way open. A low digit here is a 2 or a 3, and a high digit is 6, 7, or 8, and it's not 8, it's 6 or 7. But that would be a 1, which is fine. If that's a 7, this is 1, 2, and this would be 3 or 6. I don't understand. If this is an 8, 1, 3, because these would be minimized. If this is an 8, this is 1, 3. This would be a 7. 8 would allow that to be 2 or 3. That would be a 1. So we'd have 1 and 1, which lines up for the ones over here. Am I being completely obtuse here? If that's a 6, that's a 6, and that's a 1. And those would sum to 11, which would have to be 7, 4. And then that's a 2, and that's a 1. But I put 6, 6, 1, which makes, I don't understand. Have I missed basic Sudoku here? No? This was sent through as another easy-ish puzzle, as in, like, not brutally hard, not like simple, but nothing phenomenally difficult. I've had to use some colouring tricks and everything, and that's all fine. But I need to get help because I don't see a logical step here. Unless there's a naked single hiding somewhere. So these digits are 1. Right, these are high digits. This is a 1-2 pair. Because I can't put 1 or 2 in any of those or any of those. This is a 1-2 pair. Great. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. These are 4, 5, and 7. There's no 4 there. So 4 is in one of those two. There's no 4 there. 4 is in one of those two. There's no 5. This isn't 4 or 5. That's a 7. That's a 5. That's a 4. That 7 takes 7 out of there and out of there, and this is a low digit. So this isn't an 8. This is an 8. This isn't an 8. This is an 8. These need to sum to 10, and they're 4, 6. There you go. I needed to spot that too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, making that 5 and that 7. This column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is 2 or 6 only. But this row, this has to be the high digit. So this isn't a 3. It's so yeah, these are low. So this has to be high. So it can't be 2. It's 7, and 3 is too close. So that's the 1. That's the 2. There's no 2 there. So that gives me that. Wow. Okay. It took me way too long to see that. That's not the 1. That's the 1 by Sudoku now. And this, if it's 1, 7, that's 8, and this needs to be a 4, and it can't be. So it's 1, 8, which is 9, and that becomes a 3, which means that's the 1 and that's the 3. The 1 looks across, making that the 2 and that the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the 5. That's the 6. This triple is 2, 4, and 7. 2, the 4 isn't there. The 2 isn't there. The 7 isn't there. Haven't resolved that yet. 8 can't go next to 6. That's the 3. So this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the 6, looking down, making that the 3 and that the 6. The 8 is looking down, making that the 7 and that the 8. The 7 is looking up, making that the 4, that the 2, and that the 7. That took me way too long. The 2 is making this the 6, which looks up, making that the 4 and that the 6. The 4 looks down, making that the 2 and that the 4. This isn't a 2. This is a 1, 5 pair in the column or box, whichever your preference. There's no 1 here. So this column has its 2 and its 5. So that's the 4. This is now the 5, making that the 1 and that the 5. The 1 looks across, making that the 2 and that the 1. 1, I need to put a 2 in here, and it's not in the middle. That's the 2. And the final digit that goes into the center of the grid is a 9. Holy cow, that took me a long time. Again, no timer. Really interesting. But that took me way longer than I thought it would. Because this 2 being in here, forcing this to be a 1-2 pair, forcing this triple, and then that resolving, and then those resolving. Missed it for way too long. And that's on me. I was focusing here because this is where the constraints were and missing the Sudoku. And that's on me. Always check your Sudoku. I see comments like that every week, and this is why. I hope you found that a lot faster than I did, or if you found another way through that it was smoother than what I did, but I love the way the cages and the lines interact. That was a really good puzzle. Thank you, PuzzleTank. I hope to see more from you. Hopefully I didn't scare you off with my terrible solve. Thank you everyone for watching. What was the solve count on this one? Will it show me? 406 in 15 days. Let's see if we can get that a lot higher, shall we? Thanks everyone for watching. And as always, good luck with your solving.